James Gunn has been under a heavy fire from DC fans over the past few weeks regarding a few decisions he's made over the future of the DCU. Now, some of these decisions, like The Rock no longer being Black Adam, like Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 being canceled after the disaster that was Wonder Woman 1984, a lot of those things have been taken in stride because, you know what, that makes a lot of sense to people. But the one thing that nearly everybody had a problem with was Henry Cavill no longer being Superman. And in response, you had Fire James Gunn trending on Twitter day after day after day. And eventually James Gunn came out and kind of blamed the fans a little bit. Basically said, you know, there's just some toxic people out there, but you won't change our decisions. The reality is the vast majority of the people that are criticizing James Gunn and DC right now aren't toxic haters. They're all people that for one reason or another wanted Henry Cavill to return as Superman. You angered them by your decision, and instead of just, sticking by that, you decided to throw some shade at the fandom. Well, now one person at DC is standing up behind James Gunn and saying, I support these guys. Probably because he wants to continue playing this character. Zachary Levi, Shazam, condemns angry DC fans attacking James Gunn. And he put this on Instagram, about an 8-minute video. It's been clipped out a few times, and we're going to listen to a little bit of that. But the way that Zachary Levi starts out the video is kind of snarkily talking about haters and people who are intentionally just stirring this up because they're just haters. They don't like me, or they don't like this, or they don't like that. When the reality is, again, I'll say it again, the vast majority of people who are upset right now with James Gunn have legitimate criticisms when it comes to the reasoning for Superman being recast. That doesn't mean that maybe it's not the right decision by James Gunn, but to pretend as if it's just some haters who want to hate or something like that, I don't think that that's the case. Regardless of whether you like the Snyder movies, hated the Snyder movies, nearly everybody still wanted to see Henry Cavill as Superman. So when James Gunn made that announcement, there were some very angry people out there. While many DC fans are criticizing DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn over the departure of Henry Cavill and the coming recasting of other beloved heroes, Shazam star Zachary Levi came to his defense. Gunn and his partner, Peter Safran, it makes it sound like they're lovers or something. No, they're co-CEOs, are only a few weeks into their tenure as DC Studios co-CEOs as they diligently prepare their plans for what the new DC universe will look like. However, even while many fans wait for these plans to be unveiled, a number of DC loyalists have been less than complimentary of Gunn as he tries to do his job. And of course, like we said, Henry Cavill's departure, that was the big thing. Zachary Levi is standing behind James Gunn. And the first little bit of this video, I'm going to read this quote here. I've seen a lot of chatter, a lot of people online just saying so many things. A lot of those things are just blatantly false, blatantly wrong takes. And I think a lot of that is on purpose. And this is where we get into kind of him echoing James Gunn's sentiments, trying to throw a little bit of shade at fans. Not realizing that a lot of this is legitimate criticism, trying to basically undercut all those legitimate upset people by saying, well, they're just haters. They're just intentionally doing this because they want to hate. Something like that, when the reality is a lot of people wanted to love Henry Cavill in a new Superman movie. I think a lot of those people, I don't think they're looking live because a lot of those people are the type of people that don't like me. But the type of people that are drumming all this up, if I could take a minute, if you're listening to me, I'm not the boss. I don't know what ultimately is going on, but I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I love Walter Hamada. I loved him as a boss. I love him as a human, and I chose to work with him wherever he goes. But I couldn't have hand-chosen two better people to be the people that are helping to now guide where the DC universe is now going. He also continued, so there's all that, and after Shazam! Fury of the Gods comes out, whether it succeeds or doesn't, I will trust that James Gunn and Peter Safran are making the best decisions they can for the DCU. That's their job, that's what they're tasked with. There's so many things that everyone's saying, well, they did it for this. You have no idea the reasonings behind any of the decisions going on. And he did later admit he hasn't talked to them at all. He has no idea what's going on with his character or with his character's future. So I guess he doesn't have any idea why these decisions are being made either. But I did want to play this specific portion when he goes into it a little more. And I will say, Zachary Levi is a nice guy. Seems like a good dude. I don't have anything against Zachary Levi at all. I think a couple of the things that he said in this 8-minute video could be construed as taking shots at fans. And I just don't think that that's the best way to go about it. There are ways, if you're attached to a project, if you're attached to a studio, there are ways to go about these things and put out what you think without taking subtle shots at a portion of the fandom. But that's what Zachary Levi did in this video, and I don't think some of those things were a great look. Here is where he said, just have complete and total faith and stop criticizing James Gunn.
If you're out there and you really liked what happened before, you can do that. That's fine. But recognize there's a lot of people that didn't like those things, and we should always be trying to, I think, tap into as much audience as possible, making as many people happy as possible. That's what we're in entertainment for. And I think that's what Peter and James are really trying to do. And it's not an easy position. They got handed all of these things that were already in a lot of conflict. So guys, just fucking give them a break. Take it easy. Take a breath. It's the holidays, for God's sake. Just go enjoy what these holidays are. Let's give them some time to enjoy these holidays. And let's see what's going to happen on the other side of all of this. And like I said, I have no idea what's ultimately going to happen to me. I think I'm in a pretty good position. I think we made a great movie. I think it's going to do well, reasonably well. I hope so. But again, regardless of that, if they decide at some point that, hey, this is the way we got to go, I mean, them, them's the breaks. That's how it goes. And
So just lay off, guys. Just stop criticizing them. It's the holidays, guys. Don't be upset. Don't criticize anything. Just be patient. Just be patient for 2 years when these plans finally come to fruition. Don't talk about it if you have a problem with it. Either love it or ignore it. That's kind of the messaging that comes across from Zachary Levi as Shazam. Now, whether he's going to continue as this character, no idea. I could see that type of movie because, again, Shazam is a little bit more, when you look at that first movie, it's definitely more happy-go-lucky, quirky, wacky type of movie. Maybe that is something that James Gunn wants to continue with in his universe. I don't know. It would seem strange to get rid of so many of these characters and looking towards a hard reboot, yet keep a couple people around like that. It would make people ask a lot of questions. Regardless, Zachary Levi has James Gunn's back. Wants fans to stop criticizing James Gunn and Peter Safran. It's the holidays. Either say something nice or don't say anything at all. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.